What up, ECC? Week 2 of the Fantasy Football Show. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You know what? This is already the second time I've started this. The first one, it was already like 4 minutes in on the first matchup. I'm like, what the hell is it rambling on? I can't do that. This is going to be a 20-minute video. You guys will tune out. Upload time will take forever. Some of you guys don't even watch anyway, so I'll just jump in. Pack of these nuts, Andy versus Billy. Great game. Billy, way to go. I mean, you lost, but what I'm saying is you're not in last place. You haven't given up. You actually have tried trades. Chad, you wouldn't. I mean, come on. Eckler, he has to keep him. You'd have to give him just a 2-for-1 or something. And Jamal should have had a better game. The game really came down to the flex. Was it flex and tight end? I want to say 20-4 edge. Didn't work in your advantage, Billy. Plus, Aaron Rodgers did have a good game, so Jamal didn't on the revenge game. So that really did seal your deal, or sealed the deal. Defense, though, in your guys' game scored way more than mine. I mean, it was 35 for one of you and 46 for the other. So, I mean, this Commish, he's on crack with these with the scoring system. I don't know. Anyways. Good try, Billy. Way not to be in last place after 2 weeks being the rookie. Usually that's what happens. Wolfwire, or Eric, you're next with Rob. That game was just... I thought you had it in the bag. I totally tuned out on it until Derrick Henry. I saw 3 touchdowns, 175 yards, or whatever he did. That's what brought him back out of the cellar. I mean, 70-some points, right? 73 points or something. It gave him a chance, and it gave him the win, really. I mean, nobody else on the team really did anything spectacular, I want to say. It was that 40-point swing over McCaffrey, because he still had like 36 points. He still had respectable first-round points. So that's what I'm saying. I tuned out because I swear your team was going to win. But you lost by 30. It was basically that. I mean... I think it was your wide receivers. I think it was the wide receivers on your team that kept it close because his didn't do anything. So that's where the Derrick swing. Anyways, not going to spend too much time on your game. It was just one of those where anyone could have won, but one player fucking went off. So better luck next week again. The one-man army, Chad and Rudiker, another just big 50-point swing. Aaron Jones, 4 touchdowns, I don't think mattered. I think you already had the game in the bag, or you only had to score like 4 points or something, I think, going into that Monday night game. Something a little stupid like that, Chad, but it was like overkill at one point where he's like, he didn't even need any more points. Everybody else needed the points, which we'll get to the game. It hasn't come up yet. Part of the game of the week. But Joe just kept scoring and scoring, just killed probably one owner. I thought it was funny because you don't want to hear about this, but DraftKings, I did well this week. Since I didn't have fall ball, I was able to put some random lineups up. 9 lineups, 8 of 9s paid off. And then Monday night, I was like, you know what? Aaron Jones and them, I'm just going to play random. I played 4 quarters because I had no time on my lunch. Threw them in because I was just random. And 2 of them hit, so I got my money back in a quarter. So, positive weekend. Anyways, Aaron Jones, though, I bet on him as my captain. Or I picked him as my captain. So, for me, it helped. Did not help Rudiker. You, Rudy, I'm hoping you bet, because I know you played DraftKings. I'm hoping you played like Aaron Jones, so you were like rooting against yourself because you probably already knew you were going to lose. So, to make up for the loss, you were like, I'm going to win money. I hope something like that worked out for you or something, or you have other leagues, you know how that, but it was 100-point swing on Chad's running backs to yours. So it was like a 50-point swing right there. That's where you lost. Both your quarterbacks sucked. Everybody else sucked, I think, on your guys' team. Well, not sucked, but did not score. They were under their projected point values. So, better luck next week. You're right there in the middle of the pack. You're not bottom or anything. You guys are right there in the middle. Pack Rats and Nomads. This is the game I wanted to give game of the week to, but I already gave it to Wolf last week, so I just knew. I had a feeling he was going to win again. And sure enough, Brian Leckie won with Hawkinson just doing enough there to do a double touchdown, or at least a one touchdown. Tanyan, or whatever you pronounce it. He had a good game, but he had just a better game to still stay ahead. He was already going into that game, I think, by 6 points. So he kept his advantage. Won. It was definitely the second best game of the week. If I was to pick one again, you guys had it. Wilson, what did I think I put down there? That was what it was. Wilson and Lockett. So you had Wilson, he had Lockett. So whenever Wilson scored, because Lockett had like a 39 or 34 point game, he had a good game. So it's counterproductive. So when you take out his points and his is only like a 14 point or 12 point advantage or swing, it's not enough. Or it was not enough to outweigh it, because you have multiple wide receivers. So if one wide receiver could kill a quarterback basically, and the other two can, I don't want to get too technical, but in my league, yeah, your quarterback, if he gets those big points, you want the wide receivers on the other team for the other team not to have one of those wide receivers. Pretty much in any Yahoo league, that's how it works. Or any league, you don't want the other guy to have your number one. So that did not help you, Brian. Another rambling again. That's what happens with these things. But I'm only like 6 minutes in, 6:45. It's pretty good for me. But the next week, I'm pretty sure both you guys had a wide receiver injury, or at least Wolf did. So I'm gonna have to look at the Pack Rats. I don't think he drafted a backup wide receiver. I'm thinking his flex. So guys, I don't know what I'm gonna have to do. Like I've always said, I want to keep lineups competitive. I don't like zeros or holes. He ends up getting a hole. I'm gonna make a move. Obviously, it won't count or cost any money, but I'm just gonna give him whatever's like the next available player on the list of the waiver wire if he needs a wide receiver, and whatever his waiver wire projection thing, that's gonna basically end up picking what he gets, because you guys will get your first dibs before he would have. So it's more of a necessity pick out of I want to give him a player, but I hope he picked. I gotta go back. I have to look if he drafted someone. Draft a bench, guys. Draft a bench. I'll do my game because it's not game of the week. It should have been after the aftermath. Fantasy football is fun. Our league is supposed to be really fun. I get it. I just talked a little bit of, not even smack. I don't even remember what I said to start the little bit of a fire, but it was fun because boy, my defense whooped your ass, Charlie. Woo, Tampa Bay, man, they scored some points. Although if you really look at it, Denver had 21. I had 34. They had 2 touchdowns. It's like 12 points. So if you take it away, they basically were equal without the touchdowns. So that's a given. If your defense gets touchdowns, they're going to score a lot of points. That's in any respectable league. Respectable? I mean, my league's better than fucking Yahoo anyway. So if that, I get it, you're a little fired up, but you need to, it's not respectable to say that in my league. So a lot of hard work goes in this shit. I don't have to do any of it. Anybody can run one, but they don't. I chose to start this shit for you guys 13 years ago. That's 6 at the table that came. We had to call people because everybody's like, fantasy. I don't play fantasy. I got busy shit. I'm busy. Now look, you guys. Oh, when's your fantasy draft? Begging for fantasy football. I've been doing this for like 20 years now. So, none of that bullshit anymore. If you lose like a man. None of this crying. Let somebody talk shit all they want. None of this crying anymore about in the text too. If somebody wants to talk shit, let them talk shit. Want to talk shit? Drunk text. I don't give a. Let it. It's fantasy football. Have fun. To each their own. Everybody should have their own opinion. Don't let someone feel, oh no, should I talk? Should I not talk? Talk away, guys. Talk away. I don't give a shit. But yeah, my defense won. Off on that tangent. Besides that, it wasn't even that. Kelsey and Lamar scared the shit out of me. They came back for like 85 points. Was it Sunday night? I don't remember what game that was. But it was scary because I was like already thought I was going to win by a ton. And then I saw them scoring, and then the game kept getting close. And then it just needed literally one more possession, one more drive. I couldn't remember. I needed that to happen at the end. We needed like, what was the final play? I know you, Charlie, needed him not to get the first down. So that way Kansas City got the ball back. So Kelsey would get, I think that's how it was supposed to go. But it was a good game. It was hard fought. 7 points. It was one of the best games. So probably the other game of the week right there just from that alone. So get your defense, guys. They score. None of that anymore. Dumpster, you did get it. Dumpster Fire and Eric. Man, what a game. A nippling. I mean, you couldn't get any closer. 1.1 points. Devontae could have, would have got enough for you. Rodgers hasn't been the same. He's still put up like 20 points, I want to say. So, I mean, he did his part, but the rest of your team, I mean, like Kittle, I think got like 5 points. He could have got another catch. Anybody could have got another catch or a good little run for you, a little scamper, and won your game. I mean, honestly, it could have been worse. Graham could have played his Murray, his better quarterback, or his higher drafted one. I don't have the board out right now, but he sat Murray, I think, 2 weeks in a row, and Brady, in favor of Brady, and Brady still put up 50-something points, but Murray still went off for more. So it could have been worse than the 1 point, but again, woulda, coulda, shouldas. It was just little back and forth that made up the difference, and it had to come down to that last game where you needed all those points from one player. So, and you had the right player to do it, Woodmark. Devontae, I would have loved Devontae in that. I would have thought I'd probably win. I would have sat back thinking it was going to be probably easy. I would have wanted a nice big touchdown right away to seal the deal, but yeah, it didn't happen. You had to watch till the end, which is the worst part. Watch until the end to watch yourself lose. Maybe you didn't watch, but I watched for you. In any case, great move, Graham. Great. Again, 2-0. I think it's you, Eric, and Eric. So, yeah. You three are still like 2-0 or undefeated. 3 undefeateds. I think we have 3 that haven't won yet. So it's going to be a crazy year. Pretty balanced. So us right in the middle, as long as we can just keep quiet and keep our heads down, we're going to have a chance for the playoffs, top 6. So, with that said, good job, guys. Everyone. Week 3. I mean, I don't even like my matchup. Widmark, you got me this week. Yahoo's projecting you by like 8 points, 7 more. I don't even know. I'm starting to overthink if I want to play someone. I don't hope you guys are doing that already. Some of you guys are in desperate need of someone. Let's have trades so you guys know, and so you don't start bitching about it now. If there is any trade, because there's a lot of injuries and just lots of just random just shit not working out in people's favor, I'm going to be really open to trades except a first rounder for 2 guys that got drafted in round 7. Chad. So it's got to be something equal. I mean, I get it if they're not having a starting off projected point year, like if they've started weak, but if their end total should be like a first rounder, then you should be getting a first rounder for one, or a second rounder for at least a high third or fourth. I mean, I get different values of players, but we're not talking a first for a 10th. We're not going to make it crazy. In any case, I'm willing to trade. I don't remember. Who was I willing to trade? Chase or Williams, I think. Those are my two backups right now. Or even Gaskin. I mean, now that Tua's got hurt, I don't know. He hasn't even started the way he was supposed to. Anyways, I don't know. I'm willing to trade some of my bottom players, but don't even offer for my tops because those are the guys that are keeping me alive right now. But the rest of you guys, trade. So, ECC. Till next time, till week 3, I'm out. I'm gonna go do some other stuff. Another video for another channel, actually. Later, motherfuckers.